Would you like a bag? Costs a nickel.
No, thank you.
Well then, it's $19.99. Up again. Oh dear. Your card has been refused.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for the audio episode recap of today's Daysofourlives, January 20, 2026. I mean, they need to put Gwen and Julie in some more scenes because they are a riot. Honestly, I'm still laughing at that clip, you know. Anyways, Gwen was at the bookshop earlier in the episode and she spoke with Julie. You know, she's looking around, throwing jabs about how it's a brick and mortar, it's not doing much sales. You know, Julie started it first about refusing business from certain people, and she said like, I could tell that there's nothing much going on. So, I mean, you could use the sales. So anyways, she did accept Gwen's business, takes the book, and then, you know, she tells her the price. She asks her if she wants a bag, it costs a nickel. And Gwen said no. So she said, she gives her the card, and Julie runs it, and Julie said, it's denied, try again. So she tapped it again, and then, you know, Julie found so much satisfaction from this and saying that, oh my gosh, you know, it looks like you don't have any money on the card, like, you know, it's denied. So Gwen is surprised at this part. It seems as if, you know, Dimitri cut off all fundings as he said he was going to do, and she ran out of the store furious at this point, and she said keep the book. Now this was all to Julie's satisfaction, and she was telling her friend over there, I can't remember, is it Seymour? What was his name? Seymour? I can't remember his name right now. If I remember in the recap, you know, hopefully, but I don't remember his name right now. But the old guy that was you know, he was running the place before, she was confiding him how, you know, that was cosmic satisfaction, and, you know, Gwen got her comeuppance after all she has done, you know, taking the necklace and calling it cheap and all that. She deserved that little karmic revenge, right? Now Gwen took her anger and she went to the pub where Dimitri was having a pleasant lunch, and he's smiling his face away, knowing that Gwen has been cut off, he can start his life again. And, you know, she said like, you know, how could you do this to me, like cutting out my phone? And he's like, yeah, I got a notification, like, you know, I'm so happy that it's coming through, and now, you know, I can move on with my life. Me and Leo can pick up where we left off. It's looking good for me. So she said, newsflash to you, I just saw Leo in the square with Javi, and it seems that they are in love. So she's trying to spin a story, you know, trying to get under Dimitri's skin, and that, you know, Leo's with the true love of his life, and you wouldn't know what it feels like to be in love. So Dimitri said like, you don't know what it means to have real love. And she said, really? Like, I wished I never loved you. Like, I despise every being of you. So he's saying that you need to get over it at this point. Like, you need to get over it. You need to just move forward with your life. It is what it is that Leo had to find love in me, and that, you know, even though I was married to you, like, you know, it wasn't real. Leo fell in love with me. We did it everywhere. And I said, so he's just trying to dig it more. I mean, Dimitri, you were such an ass in this scene towards Gwen. Like, I don't think you should rub it under her skin. Like, yes, she's not perfect, but you did definitely break her heart, and you definitely did it in the worst way possible, and you destroyed her friendship with Leo, partly because Leo should have known better. But, you know, she definitely misses Leo, and, you know, it was her one true friendship, and Dimitri destroyed it, and he doesn't care. He doesn't give one flying you know what. He doesn't care. So at some point, you know, Gwen gets up and she said, you know, I'm gonna get my revenge one way or the other, and she throws the glass of beer on him, and everybody was looking at him and I said, well, ain't no, what they said the quote is, ain't no fury like a woman that's scorned, and that's definitely Gwen. Marlena had a follow-up with Sarah, and, you know, Marlena has a clean bill of health. I don't know why they had this storyline for, you know, what reason was it for? Because, you know, it just left a lot more questions than answers, honestly. And, you know, yeah, why was Marlena sick in the first place? But she's all good to know. And she thanks Sarah for helping her with the recovery. She's just been discombobulated since John's passing, as understood. And she misses his voice, and he comes visits her in her dreams. And she's still grieving. She's going through that phase where she's just emotional. She just doesn't know how to really cope. She doesn't know what's the true identity of her life anymore since John's passing, right? He's not coming through them doors after a mission. He's not coming back at all, and she doesn't know how to deal with it. And Sarah definitely can't relate, and she just offers her empathy or support through it. She asks her if she would like to come back to do her practice, and she thought about it because ever since Rachel went to Baby, she was questioning herself, our expertise in helping other people. But ever since she and Brady made up, and Rachel is getting the help that she needs, she wants to come back and help people. And but she doesn't want to do it full time. She wants to travel. She wants to pick up a new hobby. She's been reading. She's a part of this book club that Julie set up. So she just wants to get her life back on track. She also talked about Brady and Sarah's relationship, because Sarah brought up Xander, and that Xander fired Brady, and she's sorry about that. And she knows she can't ask how he's doing during the therapy sessions. She thanks her for helping Xander, but she wanted to know how Xander felt about her and Brady, knowing that Marlena can't really tell her because of confidentiality. And I'm saying, if for somebody that's not really caring about Xander, you definitely do ask his opinion and ask how he feels about certain things, right? But anyways, Marlena said that Xander didn't have to tell me about you guys. Like, I saw how you guys were reacting during Christmas, but I just want to just warn you to just be careful. Brady has had a year with Rachel's situation, with his dad's passing. It's been a rough year, so he can't take no more heartbreak. And Sarah also says she can't take any. I mean, Sarah, you kind of caused some of that heartbreak on yourself. Like, you lied to your husband, and that's where the mess all started last year. Let's be frank. But anyways, she has to be narcissistic, and I just can't stand this woman. Every time this woman is on, you guys are gonna hear that. I can't stand her. But anyways, she does hope that Brady gets a stable place, so that when Rachel does come home, it's not at a Kyriakis mansion. It has to be somewhere else. Now, speaking of Brady comes and visits Kristen, tells Kristen about what's been happening with Rachel at Bayview, that Rachel, possibly stole money from him and has been helping out Sophia, has been pretend to be Sophia as well, causing problems at the institution. Now Kristen is surprised at this, and Kristen's saying, like, we need to get her out, like, now. Like, she doesn't need to be at that place. And Brady's disagreeing. Brady's saying that, look, she needs stability. She needs to deal with her problems. We've been trying to help her throughout these years, but it's not working. She needs stability. She needs to understand that things that she's doing is not right, and she needs to understand that we're never ever getting back together. We're not going to be the family that she dreams about, right? It's not going to happen. We're not going to be the family in that kind of way, and you need to back me up on this. And she said, I have been backing up you on this. Like, I've told Rachel time and time again that we're not getting back together, we're just co-parenting, and I have definitely stood aside, especially when you've had your relationships. And I know that you're with trying to get with Sarah, and I've even tell Rachel good things about her. Even after Rachel told me that she saw you guys hugging, I've stood aside, right? But I think you're selfish for wanting to go with another woman at this point, knowing what Rachel is going through. And Brady's telling her that it's nothing serious. We don't even know what it is right now. It's really new. And she said, really? No. So he said he even spoke to the therapist about it, that it shouldn't be now to introduce that to Rachel. And Kristen is feeling a type of way, even though she said that she's over Brady and what he has done to her over the years. I still feel like she still was holding out hope. And I'm just saying, Brady has been in how many relationships since you guys have broken up, knowing that you guys are toxic at this point. Like, Kristen, you can do so much better than Brady. Brady does not deserve you. You can find somebody. Need to find a partner for Kristen at this point, because it's been years and years. She pining over Brady. She wants to have this family with Brady. It's never gonna happen. You guys are too bad, too toxic, and this is why this girl is screwed up. Now, moving on back to this bookshop thing with I can't remember his name still. Forgive me. Is it Seymour? I don't know, Seymour. It was so. Anyways, I'm just gonna call him Seymour for now. Hopefully, I'm right, but let me know in the comments. So Julie and Seymour are having a conversation about her starting up this bereavement club for her, Maggie, and Marlena because they're widows, and she wants to chair it, but then he's saying to her that it's not a good idea because he's done that before and it has failed miserably. He doesn't want her in the same position, and she's now overthinking it. She's thinking maybe she's not in the emotional state to go through that. So at some point he agrees to chair it at some point. They also talk about business and how he's happy to step back and not deal with the stresses of running the bookshop now that Julie has it, and Julie is glad to have something to do. That was really it with it. Now, can somebody tell me when we're gonna stop seeing Javi's ugly crying face on TV? Because honestly, I'm sick and tired of seeing it. Like, every time the waterworks are coming and it's an ugly crying face. Like, I wonder how he feels looking back on these episodes and seeing his face. It just waterworks every time. Like, oh my gosh, Javi is super emotional. It's getting really annoying now. Every time, every little thing he's crying. But anyways, Leo is trying to persuade him not to leave, not to leave without knowing how he feels about him, and that, he's coming back. And Javi can't promise him that. Now, Javi tell him to be honest about his feelings, and he says, you know what? I owe you that. I definitely do have unresolved feelings. I thought that Dimitri left me with this letter, but turns out he actually didn't. He was forced to write that, to save me and all of that. And now I'm all over the place. You can definitely understand that I need time. And Javi saying he doesn't have time for that at all. Like, he just wants to be his one and only. And with Leo being conflicted like that, and Leo even apologizing to him for being that way and that he doesn't deserve him, Javi said he's going to make sure to follow up with Marlena before he leaves and, cancel their marriage certificate, being filed. So Leo doesn't like that, but Leo understands, and Javi gives him back the ring, and he said that he's going to hold on to it and he's going to propose to him again. He's holding out hope that, Javi's going to come back. He's going to really, make amends, and he's going to put that ring back on his finger. Javi doesn't want him to hold out at all if he's not feeling that way completely 100% about him, because that's what he wants, to be his husband, to live the life that they talked about, to be 100% committed to him. And he's not getting that from Leo. And he heard from Dimitri as well about their kiss and that he kissed him back, and he didn't deny it as well, but Javi doesn't want to go through it. So at some point Leo said, okay, goodbye, and tell me about your father. And Javi said Raf will definitely update him. Rafe will definitely update him on that, and they have their goodbyes. And of course, it's an emotional goodbye, courtesy of Javi. And that was really it. That was it. I guess this is Javi's final goodbye. But yeah, comment below your thoughts on today's episode, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys tomorrow.